Hello, in this video we are going to look at numbers and what we can actually do with them. So obviously we create a variable that's called var1. Oh, you know what? I'll call it num1. Num1 equals 2, for example. And let's do 5. It'll serve our purpose a little better. So you can convert them to different data types. We covered that in a separate video previously. And yes, we was looking at other different types of conversion as well, but you can just do the number size. So from like an integer to a long integer, or integer to float, float to integer. You could convert to even complex numbers if you are a bit more savvy with mathematics. But there's also a bunch of built-in mathematical functions as well, and trigonometric functions. And we're not going to cover everything, just cover a few of them, and I'll provide the link so you can check more out at your leisure. So one we're going to cover is called the exponential function. So it essentially is the exponential function. So if we do print, and if we do exp, which is exponential, then we specify the value 5. And let's see what we get. We run this. So NZEC, so not what we wanted at all. So let me have a look at what's wrong with it. NZEC. We need to actually import the module. So in Python, you can import modules. So far, we've just been using default functionality. We import math. And now if we run it, we're still getting, it's part of the math module. Made another mistake. But all these mistakes are good, so you can see what not to do. And there we go. So we get 148. So it's got the exponential of 148. So this essentially just returns the exponential of e raised to this power. And now let's cover some more mathematical functions. You can do log, you can do power, which is like power. You can do square root, which is just square root. So if I do print, then math dot, make sure we don't make the same mistakes again. So for the square root of 5, see what we get. And there we go. We get the square root value of 5 or whatever value we specify. So let's look at some of the trigonometric identities and functions within Python that are available to us. So we can have one called cosine, for example, cosine, atan, sine, all of those regular ones. Again, you can have degrees to decimal, decimal to degrees. Again, I'm going to put a link in the description so you can go over all of them. And I'm just going to put cosine, I'll put sine 90, because I know sine 90 degrees will return a value of 1, but I believe this is in radians. So before we do this, let me just also cover some mathematical constants. There's the E constant that's built in. So if you know more about E, it's right there. Pi is also available. So if I put sine pi divided by 2, so half pi is the equivalent of 90 degrees in radians. Again, this is not a mathematics lesson. This is more just showing you some of the functions available. We get another problem. Apparently sine is not defined. So let's have a look at the format. Make sure everything is correct. Made that problem again. Didn't do dot. Did not do the access set. So now, let's run it. See what we get. And still, this is also part of math. I forgot this as well. So you just got to make sure you put math dot wherever you need this. There we go, 1.0. So sine of 90 degrees, or half of pi, because 2 pi is 360 degrees in mathematics, and sine of that equals 1. So that's it for how you can manipulate numbers. Like I said, there's like whole heap of functionality just for the trigonometric functions and identity, but there's a lot more for other stuff as well, and there'll be a link in the description showing how you can use them. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next demo.